I always do that.
Hello, friends. Talking with people. Jose Eric Taylor, and we are talking about S's. How come we have conflicting S's constantly a battle, and why is his S so much more on
E-
offense than my S in general, metaphysically or within the model, so to speak? I would say that there's a active assertiveness towards your S saying my S is better versus my S saying but I want hugs or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's right. And you had mentioned something earlier about like how I grew up in without SI or in a non-SI heavy environment, and that I think. Well, I also don't have a lot of FI, so I can't actually know objectively if it's true or not. But as a concept, it works very well that I didn't grow up in an SI valuing or even prevalent environment, and that my SI seeking would be through an SC pleasure gaining and displeasure attacking,
Say the
as
last
opposed
bit
to
again. Something pleasure attacking. What pleasure attacking?
I attack displeasure, things
Oh,
that are
displeasure
not
attacking.
things that are unpleasant get attacked,
Right.
so that then at least you get back to neutral of no pleasure, no displeasure.
Whereas
Then you
things
can add in the SC pleasure, and it's kind of a substitute for SI. That makes sense as a concept.
for me, things that are unpleasant get either attacked or ignored, depending on the type of unpleasantness. If it's FE unpleasant, it gets ignored or avoided, probably. If it's TI unpleasant, it gets attacked.
TI for sure warrants the most attacking.
Yeah.
Although I attack FE things too. You can attack FE with TI pretty well.
I'm more FE sensitive than you by a considerable margin. I'm a careful more than you are, I think. But I actually think that I probably do more, end up landing more punches because I talk so much more.
Right. You also have more air balls.
And a lot of times I'm landing punches, but I'm trying not to land punches, and I'm when I
It's a
when,
funny thing to watch you to not quite catch it and not drop it either.
yeah, it's an ongoing struggle. Anyway, uh, that's something I think I can generally continue to overcorrect my way back and forth down a straight line eventually over time.
But to the extent that we're talking about S's and staying on topic, and
Ooh.
ENTPs are SI seeking, it would make a lot of sense for me to have through nature learned to seek SI through SE in a vicarious manner. And you, who I don't remember your mom's type, but she was one of the comforting ones,
ISFJ.
right? You try to directly pull some comfort in SI stuff to you.
And I think you interpret my what you see. You see in me a strong seekage of something, which is SI, which is SI.
Sounds gross.
Yeah, seekage is a weird word, right? Is that actually a word? Regardless, you
It
see in me
is now.
a seekage of SI, but you interpret it through your own framework as your own version of an ENTP who fulfills that same fundamental need, but fulfills it through SE. You interpret it for me through that framework. So you're like, well, all you got to do is fuck a bunch of bitches and get a bunch of guns, and you'll be super happy. It's like
Ta-da!
you're obviously not SE enough, Eric. Have you compared yourself to me lately? But I think that ultimately what I actually want is the SI that I seek, and that is a way to. I think it's been extremely liberating to learn all that shit from you, like in terms of trying to keep people at arm's length a little bit, or trying to.
That's well. There's another component there, which is I don't when SI is actively given to me, it generally coincides with a cleanliness that's invasive. So it's not that's not necessarily the case, but they're correlated enough that yeah, I feel anxiety about you getting cleaned to.
Well, To me, the problem is not clinginess, which I don't mind at all, really, but it's bossiness. The risk is bossiness to me, and and the thing is, I don't mind. It's a tricky line to walk because wanting being SI seeking means I want to be bossed in certain very specific areas that have to do with the shit I don't want to deal with and my own personal, like eating and keeping warm and stuff like that. I don't want to deal with all that stuff. I want somebody else to be the boss of that. I will be compliant and follow instructions in all those areas to facilitate me not having to deal with it at all. And then in other areas, I need her to not be bossy where I need her to not be bossy. The tricky ground is an FE shit. She'll inevitably think
How
because she's
do I demonstrate that I need to be totally dominant while maintaining my equality?
is that what the question I'm asking?
I think that that's a conflict that you have that you don't even acknowledge. Like I said, there's only two other people I've ever met who, when we go places together, I know we're both taking separate cars because neither one of us is going to ride shotgun.
But it's not for the reason you think. It's because I don't like riding in the car
Me
because
neither. Hold on. What? Okay. Thanks.
it's not an FE thing. It's a um, most people that I ride with, I end up being like, "You're driving wrong." In my head, I don't say it to them, like, but I think you're driving wrong. You're doing this dumb. It's making me uncomfortable because it's wrong, and I don't like it.
How is that not confirming what I just said?
Well, because I'm clarifying that this thing you're talking about is not an FE thing like I drive because I'm alpha male. It's I don't like the way that other people drive, and I'm very persnickety.
Whether it's FE or TI, it's still the problem is that you're not doing it the proper way.
Yes, but
They're
see,
doing it the improper way,
I
and you whatever. Anyway. However you justify it, it's still a dominance.
but it's an
You're
SES, and
still
again SESI. For me, it's an
in.
SI thing, which is being persnickety about my SI shit. For you, it's an SE thing, which is um, demanding that you be the actor.
Well, ultimately, if someone's driving wrong, and the way to resolve that is by not letting them drive, you're demonstrating SE dominance.
But I'm
However,
avoiding
you feel
discomfort. I'm avoiding discomfort. I'm not. I'm not
by
doing that.
doing what? By fighting the thing that's making you discomfortable or uncomfortable.
by by not putting myself in a situation where I might be made uncomfortable.
By which typically plays out as you drive, they ride, you just dominated the discomfort.
Yes, but not for dominance purposes.
It doesn't matter.
My selfishness is motivated by SI, not SE, not FE.
But if we had been arguing this in a different way, if I had been claiming SI instead of SE, you'd fall back to TI.
Not in this instance. SI is clearly what
But
it
they're
is with
doing it
cars.
wrong. They're doing it wrong. There clearly is a
But
right and a wrong way
but
to
that's
to treat.
not no. That's not what I think about driving.
I
I think
think
they're
that you're
doing it
squirreling
wrong.
out. Your
I think
SI dictates that you need to squirm around until you
you
find
picked a
that you
bad
can.
one. You picked a bad one to do this on. You could do this on a lot of things, but this one is not true because it's totally an SI thing. Look at my car is the most SI fucking place in the world. I don't like that
Your
there's no
car's a
trash in it.
nightmare.
It's an
Your car,
SI. It's a reflection of SI. That's my whole experience with the car is a reflection of SI. Why don't I want to ride in your car? Not. It's not because I want to be dominant and drive. It's because I want to make sure I have my lighter and my thing and my blah blah and my blah blah and my blah blah because I'm super persnickety.
that's funny. Your car probably. I've got a theory that's called I call the passenger seat theory. If you want to know about someone, look at their passenger seat after they've been on a long drive. Fuck.
Look at their passenger seat after they've been on a long drive.
Hold on. Hold on. I had an internet fucker. If after someone's been on a long drive, or even an hour or so, look at their passenger. Fuck this shit.
Look at their passenger seat. And what?
Motherfucker.
You're gonna look at the passenger seat and see if there's some poop that's left there. Have they taken a poop on the passenger seat? We're gonna see.
To get aggressive on this internet discomfort here.
What are we looking for on the passenger seat, Taylor?
I'm back. Maybe. Who's down here loading? I'm kicking that person because they're fucking up my internet vibe. Sorry, dude.
I like that.
All right. I'm doing better now.
So the question is, what are you looking for on the passenger seat after they've been on a long drive?
It doesn't matter. You're not looking for something in particular. You're observing what's there.
Okay.
I typically, when I'm done with the drive, I've got my cigarettes. I've probably got a gun sitting there. I've got the CDs that I've been listening to or changing in and out. I've got all my mobile devices, my selfie stick, and whatever else I utilize during that time period. But the point is that whatever you do, you've got more or less a bunch of dead time, ends up in one consolidated pile right there. Unless you're Eric, in which case it ends up everywhere and it accumulates indefinitely.
Yeah, right. I got several different
he
places.
Says grabbing.
So, like, this is a good place for ginger ale. This is ginger ale.
Yeah, that's antique car ginger ale. It might be fermented by now. Be careful with that.
3:30. I gotta get ready to go. Cameron, I want to
What's
thank
involved
you
in
for
that?
stopping
It's been a pleasure.
Should we metaphysically get ready?
by.
Do you know the meaning of what you have to get?
Ready. That's what I gotta get. What do I got to get? I get ready.
We could parse out the TE steps you'll need to take.
That would be a useful process, no doubt. You want to know what TE? Oh, I want to say something.
It would make the TE shorter because you already know what you need to do.
Okay, Taylor, I want to point something out to you. I wanted to bring to the attention of all the committee members before I forget the committee of awards that here's a way to introduce into the dialogue regarding the possible candidates what you call a specific named useful action, and I want to give notification of said notation regarding one Josh. I went and I got his amphetamine containing inhaler suggestion, and I got a 3-pack of them. I got this, which is called calcium carbonate. And this supposedly makes speed that you take kick in stronger. Each of these has 50 milligrams.
What
of
is that
speed.
again? What's the pills?
It's just roll it like Tums. But he said get calcium carbonate variety of antacid. And if you eat like 10 of these before you take your speed pills, then it causes them to work better and become.
Don't do that every time.
Okay.
Or else your body will stop producing. Your pH balance. My ex-wife's dad has to take that Tums all the fucking time now.
Goodbye, senor.
Thanks a lot for stopping by. Thanks for making the flight video with me. Appreciated it.
We'll have to do some.
Keep on bringing the S, motherfucker.
Do some SI stuff next time on the bikes.
Okay, cool. That's SE stuff, but thank you.
You're gonna scrapbook.
All right, so yeah, these each supposedly have 50 milligrams. I did not bring myself to eat one of the cottons yet, but I will at some hard time when I'm.
Can we do it during a video?
Thank you. Yeah, we could. We could record that for sure.
All right, cool.
But not right now.
So you will actually do it?
ENTPs
Of
are down
course.
with being guinea pigs for their own theories.
Look, Josh has
And we
done it.
expect the same agreeableness out of you guys.
Some random INTP told him it would work.
It says right here on it. It says exactly what he said is in it. It says lev methamphetamine with an F, not a PH.
Does
but
it say anywhere
Josh-
not to consume for its unintended purposes?
Like this. Let me see. I don't know. It's got small print on it. It's hard to see.
And Josh also said it would mess up your stomach.
Josh also said that after a day and a half, it doesn't taste too bad giving a dude a blowjob. A day and a half of not showering. So, I mean, just because Josh says it doesn't mean it's a good idea.
Okay.
Exactly.
Look, I'm not saying I want to start feasting upon nasal inhaler cotton. Okay?
But wouldn't that be a fun habit for somebody to get?
No, that would be gross. But
It would be fun to observe.
I'm going to consider different ways of getting the speed out of this, maybe. I have to think about it a little bit. I bet if you let it dry out, first of all, it'll lose its
No.
mentholiness.
And you can't digest it either.
I know someone who I can talk to. He works at Harvard. He's the smartest retard I know.
Well, anyway, I will think about this because it should be the case that letting it air out won't cause the speed part to go away, but it will cause the minty mentholiness to go away.
Are you sure about that?
He's not sure about that. The other thing about speed is it doesn't always age well. So do you really want to expose it to a process that is aging?
Probably I should just eat it. Like Josh, I could just try it once, and if it's not gonna kill
You
me.
could put it on a peanut butter sandwich like it's shrooms.
No, that's a bad idea.
Your speed, it's packed individually, right?
It's packed
Every
individually.
pill has its own. Yeah,
You
like
could try
all
smoking
pills.
it.
Yeah, it's true, Susie. The pills each are 15 milligrams of Adderall or whatever, but this has within it a total of 50 milligrams of that stuff, and I'm sure if you just inhale it doesn't get you that speeded up, probably.
I know, I'm just making a point out of it shouldn't be left in air and then consumed, assuming you will get any effect of it.
That's a good point. See, that's a physical reality trumping our metaphysical hypotheses.
I'm not saying my metaphysical realities are always right. I'm saying it's as valid a means of understanding what's more real as any other, and each system of thought has some unsatisfying results.
You are being super arbitrary right now.
Yeah, and wrong, because
About
you were
what?
wrong in that instance.
About what?
Your metaphysical reality was not nearly as good as her observation of the physical one.
I know. Well, she won that one.
Okay,
And he's still gonna do it.
But it's
he's still going to do it.
well, the fact that I can't air it out first doesn't change the fact that I still want to take the speed, right?
I'm poking his SI.
I mean, look, I'm just saying.
It's
if
wrong over here. It's wrong over here.
What? Okay, but hold on a second.
Huh?
The church thing at service 6.
What
I'm
thing?
asking you that.
What thing?
Sure, Wednesday.
Oh, I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to church.
You told me last week.
Did I go to church?
No, what kind of started?
Oh, I don't know. I can text him. Okay. Anyways,
Okay, my point is this. It's simply this. This thing definitely does have 50 milligrams of some kind of speed in it. It's believable what he says, and I know this much that I've taken drugs, I've done lots of different gross ass shit for drugs that they're making sure the drugs get in me, like going across the carpet and look for bits of meth on the floor to pick up. To no problem, I'll put that shit straight in my mouth. Let me just gum this. I was just
did you
it's right next to
use
the
a
dog
flashlight?
shit. I don't care.
Were you using a flashlight at home, or were you like waiting for your dealer to go take a piss so you could look for carpet candy?
No, flashlight at home, doing the full inspection. Like, okay, I'm fiending. I am sprung as hell, but I just finished the last of my speed.
left to right, front to back. We're clearing this room.
And you end up with a lot of speed. And you end up doing that for a while because you keep eating it as you go along, and then you keep being more
It's like-
sprung, and then
It's like getting high on edibles and then getting the munchies.
it's like getting
And so you
high
eat more
on
of the
tweaking
edibles.
itself. It's getting high on tweaking out on nothing itself.
It is the ultimate lapse. It's the ultimate non-productive productive activity.
And what ends up in your mouth? Dear Lord, who only knows? I don't know. It's like you can't always necessarily smoke it. You know you don't want to risk necessarily smoking it because you have some little bits of other shit in there. And that other shit will contaminate
So
it.
you
try to
eat
smoke
it?
So you just eat it.
Another point where your metaphysical framework is way worse than the physical framework. I would smoke
Kissing gross.
things before I'd eat them if I didn't know what they were.
Not me.
It's like dog poo is completely okay, but kissing, no.
Kissing's gross. Look, I haven't done that with meth in a long time, okay?
But that is a
But why
wrongness you're using to justify this one.
Why
I
would you
didn't
prefer to
justify
eat
shit.
some carpet mystery instead of smoke it?
Because my tender lungs.
You don't
are
want to
tender.
smoke that because you don't know what the fuck it is. So you'll
Listen.
eat it.
I have tender lungs, okay?
But what if you burn the cotton?
What do you burn what cotton?
Smoke it.
Smoke the inhaler? Okay, well, this is a perfect example, Taylor. Would you rather smoke the inhaler cotton or would you rather eat the inhaler cotton?
You could smoke it, and that would be less gross.
Would it?
Fuck yes.
I mean, smoking all that menthol, all that everything's in there.
There is nothing grosser that you could do with something gross than put it on your tongue and swallow it.
I don't know, dude. I don't think so. And you don't want to do either with something gross, but smoking something seems like it's more likely to poison you or something.
But then
No, it
it's just
doesn't.
menthol.
It seems much more like, I don't know. Somebody who would.
First of all,
I'm
how
going
am
to
I,
start booting people. My internet doesn't get unfucked.
first of all, how long would it take to smoke a whole inhaler cotton? It'd be awful. What are you gonna do? Pull bong rips of it?
If it just said that
Yeah,
it's-
it gets filtered through the water instead of through your digestive tract.
Okay, well, still, you're gonna put bong rips of inhaler cotton before you'll eat it. Really?
No, I would eat it first because it's quicker.
Also, it's sterile. It's medicine, you know.
Right. That's not good logic either.
It doesn't have poop on it.
It probably doesn't have poop. That's true.
Taylor, you know the rule. It's okay to eat if it doesn't have poop on it.
What you're saying is it's okay to get high by any means necessary. Normal sanitation procedures do not apply to drugs.
Well, here's something I won't do and never have done is huffing shit. I don't huff shit because that seems awful.
Because you have you seen people huff?
It just doesn't seem like it's supposed to be a drug. It's like a chemical.
They don't look like they're having fun, and it doesn't look like it's long lasting. So your extroverted intuition is not finding a lot of use for this.
Yes, I don't do that. I've never done that. It seems unhealthy.
I did it once, and it's not worth anything yet. You can skip it.
So, anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go to work. Like a jerk.
Bye.
Oh, I
My
gotta stop this
internet's
video. I
fucking
forgot
up.
we were
I gotta
having...
go fix that.
Alright, bye everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. And if you do forget to eat plenty of cheese, you can always make it up by eating extra cheese tomorrow.